It was June 22nd, 2021, when the Indianapolis Parks and Recreation crew discovered a buried sports shoe underground while excavating for the Eagle Creek Park expansion project, and 44-year-old construction manager Robert Chen's breath caught when he saw the student ID found next to the shoe. The shoe had been lying there for 19 years, a dirt-covered Nike running shoe, yet the owner was nowhere. Indiana police had searched for Kayla Johnson for 19 years. The 16-year-old track star had vanished as if the morning running route had swallowed her. Exactly 19 years later, that shoe found in the park would change everything. Criminal laboratory technicians examined organic materials and soil samples found inside the shoe. Sweat traces, blood stains, tissue fragments, evidence that had been left exactly 19 years ago. A scan began in the Indiana Forensic DNA database. The result was shocking. The DNA samples pointed to a name, Derek Wells, park ranger. Hair strands, skin cells, saliva traces. The database gave results in 1.8 seconds. Derek Wells, 54 years old, a man who had worked as a ranger at Eagle Creek Park for 23 years. DNA analyses pointed to a name Indianapolis had trusted for 19 years. Park ranger, Derek Wells. Wells had joined Kayla's search teams, supported the Johnson family's theory that maybe she ran away, maybe went to another state. He had given an interview on the local news channel, said, "Kayla loved running here. We miss her." Now police were asking him one question. How was Kayla's shoe lying in your park area for 19 years with your DNA, Derek? In the northern section of Eagle Creek Park, 90 meters beyond the old running trail, deep in the forest area, Kayla Johnson's skeletal remains were found. 16 years old, a young athlete dreaming of the Olympics. Silenced because the park ranger wanted to show her a special shortcut route. Robert Chen was an experienced construction manager at 44 years old. He had been working on park development projects throughout Indianapolis for 18 years. Eagle Creek Park had opened in 1969 and had been serving the community for 56 years. The park, with its 3,900 acres, was the city's most important natural area. But over time, it had deteriorated. In 2021, the Indianapolis Parks Department launched a major renovation project. Chen and his 8-person crew started work on June 14th, 2021. On Tuesday morning, June 22nd, 2021, Chen and his crew were working in the northern section. At 10:23 a.m., the excavator's bucket hit something hard. The operator stopped the machine. Chen descended and began digging by hand. A few seconds later, he held a shoe in his hand. A Nike running shoe, white and purple, faded and worn. Inside was a plastic-covered student ID, Riverside High School, Kayla Johnson, class of 2003. Chen's heart began pounding. Why was this shoe buried here? Chen immediately called the police. The first patrol car arrived within 15 minutes. Then Detective James Harlow's unmarked vehicle arrived. Harlow was 42 years old, had been a cop for 16 years, working in missing persons for the last 5 years. Harlow knew the park's history well. There had been a missing case here in 2002, a 16-year-old girl, Kayla Johnson. Harlow pulled out Kayla Johnson's file. Kayla's photo showed a beautiful young girl, long black hair, bright brown eyes, a wide smile. 16 years old, the star of the track team. She had gone for a morning run on Monday morning, October 7th, 2002. She never came back. Forensic teams scanned the area for hours, but 3 meters from the shoe, they found bones, human bones. Forensic anthropologist Dr. Lisa Martinez examined them. Female, young, probably 14 to 18 years old. Height approximately 5 feet 7 inches. Blunt trauma to the skull. Time buried at least 15 to 20 years. Harlow opened Kayla Johnson's file again. Height 5 feet 7 inches, age 16. Date of disappearance, 2002. Everything matched. Kayla Marie Johnson was born on March 15, 1986 in Indianapolis. Her mother, Sharon Johnson, was a nurse. Her father, Marcus Johnson, was a customs officer. Kayla was the Johnson family's second child. Her older brother, Tyler, was 4 years older. As a child, Kayla was energetic, always running. At age 6, she joined the school running club. At 10, she won her first medal. At 14, she placed third in the state championship. When she started at Riverside High School, track coach Coach Williams immediately saw her potential. This girl could go to the Olympics, he thought. Kayla promised Sharon, "Mom, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to college on a track scholarship." In fall 2002, Kayla was 16 years old and a high school sophomore. That year, she aimed for first place in the state championship. Every morning at 6 a.m., she went to Eagle Creek Park. The park was 2 miles from home. Sharon would drop Kayla at the park entrance every morning. Kayla would run 5 miles, return home, shower, and go to school. A routine, a safe routine. Kayla was happy. She had dreams. College, a track career, maybe the Olympics. But park ranger Derek Wells was watching her. Derek Edward Wells was born in Indianapolis in 1968. His family was working class. Derek finished high school but didn't go to college. He worked various jobs: construction, landscaping, security. In 1999, he started at Eagle Creek Park. In 2001, he became a full-time ranger. Derek was quiet, solitary. He had never married. He had no friends. He lived alone near the park. He loved his job, loved the park. But he didn't like people, especially young women. He would watch them, stare, but never speak. In summer 2002, Derek noticed Kayla. She would come every morning, run. Derek became obsessed with her. Every morning he would wait for Kayla. He knew which trail she used, when she stopped, when she drank water. Kayla was unaware. Derek was just a park ranger, in the background, invisible. Monday morning, October 7th, 2002 was a beautiful fall day in Indianapolis, cool but sunny. Kayla woke at 6 a.m. as usual. She put on her track clothes, tied her hair up, laced her running shoes. She went downstairs. Sharon was making coffee. "Good morning, sweetheart." "Good morning, Mom." "Want some breakfast?" "No, I'll eat after my run." Sharon frowned. "Kayla, you need to eat something before running." "I'm fine, Mom, really." Kayla drank water, grabbed her backpack, and walked toward the door. "Be careful. I always am." Sharon kissed Kayla. "I love you. I love you too, Mom." Sharon drove Kayla to Eagle Creek Park. At 6:23 a.m., they arrived. Kayla got out. "What time are you coming back?" "Around 8:30. "Okay, I'll be home. We'll have breakfast." Kayla smiled, closed the door, and started jogging. Sharon watched her. Kayla entered the trail and disappeared among the trees. This was the last moment she saw Kayla. Kayla followed her usual trail. The park was quiet in the early morning. She was listening to music with her earbuds, running. After 1 mile, she stopped and drank water. After 2 miles, she stretched. Near the 3-mile marker, the trail was narrower, the trees denser. Kayla loved this section, quiet, peaceful. Suddenly a figure emerged from the trees, Derek Wells in park uniform. "Good morning," Derek said. Kayla took out her earbuds. "Oh, good morning," Derek smiled. "You're early today." "Yes, I wanted to get a good run in before school." Derek approached. "Hey, I want to show you something." "What?" "A new shortcut trail. Much faster. Perfect for athletes." Kayla hesitated. "I don't know. My mom's waiting. Just 5 minutes, I promise." Kayla looked at Derek. He was a park ranger, a trusted person. "Okay, show me." Derek led Kayla away from the main trail into the trees. The trail narrowed, then disappeared. Kayla stopped. "Hey, there's no trail here." Derek turned. "Just a little further." Kayla felt uncomfortable. "I think we should go back." Derek's face changed. The smile disappeared. "No," he said. Kayla backed away. "What are you doing?" Derek quickly approached. Kayla tried to run, but Derek was faster. He caught her, threw her to the ground. Kayla screamed, but the sound was lost among the trees. Derek put his hand over Kayla's mouth. Kayla fought, clawed, kicked, but Derek was stronger. He put his hands on Kayla's throat and squeezed. Kayla couldn't breathe. Her eyes opened wide with fear. Derek kept squeezing. After 90 seconds, Kayla's body relaxed. She remained motionless. Derek backed away, out of breath, hands shaking. He looked at Kayla. The girl's eyes were open, but her gaze was empty. Derek looked around. No one was there. Just trees. Silence. He dragged Kayla's body deeper into the trees. He placed it in a shallow grave he had dug beforehand. He covered it with soil. He removed Kayla's shoe. Inside was a student ID. This could identify her. He buried the shoe a few meters away. When done, Derek straightened his uniform and left, as if nothing had happened. Sharon Johnson began to worry at 8:45 a.m. Kayla always returned at 8:30. Sharon called Kayla. No answer. She called again. Still no answer. At 9 o'clock, Sharon drove to the park. She couldn't see Kayla. She walked to the trails, shouted Kayla's name. No answer. At 9:30, Sharon called the police. The Indianapolis Police Department took the missing person report. At 10 a.m., 2 patrol cars came. Detective Michael Rodriguez took the case. Rodriguez was 38, a cop for 12 years, experienced with missing children. Park teams began searching. Dogs came. Volunteers came. Sharon and Marcus waited, their hope diminishing. The first 48 hours were critical. Dogs lost the scent. No traces. Kayla had seemingly vanished. Rodriguez questioned park officials. He spoke with Derek Wells. "Did you see Kayla Johnson on October 7th? "Yes, detective. Around 6:30 a.m., I saw her on the trail running. Did you talk to her?" "No, I just waved." She waved back. "Did she seem normal?" "Yes, completely normal." "She looked happy." Rodriguez took notes. Derek seemed calm, helpful, concerned. Rodriguez had no reason to suspect him. Days became weeks. Kayla's photo went everywhere. Posters, newspapers, news broadcasts. Her family appeared on national media. A $25,000 reward fund was established. Tips came in. None led anywhere. The FBI joined in November. They analyzed Kayla's lifestyle, routines, social circle. The investigation stalled. The case went cold. 2003, 2005, 2010, 2015, 2020. Kayla Johnson became Indianapolis's ghost, and Derek Wells continued his life normally. Every year on October 7th, a memorial service was held. Derek always attended. He would approach Sharon and say, "I still pray for her." Sharon would thank him, eyes teary. For 19 years, Derek passed by Kayla's grave every day. He worked at the park, helped families, hung missing children posters. No one knew. In 2021, everything changed when Robert Chen broke through that wall. Detective Harlow worked with genetic genealogy specialist Dr. Emily Tran. Trace DNA found on Kayla's bones and shoe was analyzed. A profile was created. Dr. Tran uploaded it to public databases like GEDmatch and Family Tree DNA. 3 weeks later, a result came. Distant cousin match. Dr. Tran began building the family tree. Birth records, marriage certificates, death records, census data. It took 2 months. In August 2021, a name emerged. Derek Edward Wells, August 15th, 2021, 6 a.m. Harlow came to Derek Wells' house with a SWAT team. The house was on a quiet street near the park. Single story, small, well-maintained. They knocked. Derek opened the door in pajamas. He was 53, hair grayed but still in shape. "Derek Wells," said Harlow. You're under arrest in connection with the murder of Kayla Johnson." Derek's face froze. His eyes opened wide. Then his shoulders dropped and he bowed his head. 19 years, he whispered. "I carried it for 19 years. At the station, Derek was read his rights. He requested an attorney, but after meeting, he wanted to confess. The interrogation began. Harlow turned on the recorder. "Tell us what happened, Mr. Wells." Derek took a deep breath. "I'd been watching Kayla for months. Every morning, same time, same trail. She was beautiful, full of life. I couldn't resist." "What happened on October 7th? That morning I saw her running, earbuds in. I was waiting in the trees. I approached, made up an excuse. Shortcut trail, faster. She trusted me. I was the park ranger." "Why wouldn't she?" Derek paused, face contorted with pain. "I took her to the wooded area. Then I attacked. She fought, clawed. But I was stronger. I strangled her." "What did you do then?" "I buried her. I dug the spot beforehand. It was planned. I buried her shoe nearby. Then I went home. The next day I joined the search. I searched for my own victim." "How did you hide it for 19 years? Derek laughed bitterly, in plain sight. "I was the park ranger, the community hero. Who would suspect? I comforted the family, attended memorial services. Every year I held Sharon's hand and said, 'I'm so sorry.' And every night I passed near where Kayla was buried. Why did you do this?" Derek was silent. "I don't know. I really don't know. Something dark inside me. I couldn't control it. After I killed her, guilt ate me. But I couldn't confess. I was scared." As years passed, hiding became easier. When the news spread, Indianapolis was shocked. The park ranger had been a killer for 19 years. Sharon couldn't understand at first. Derek, the man who searched for Kayla, the man beside her every year, her daughter's killer. She gave a press statement, voice trembling. "For 19 years I trusted that man. I sought comfort, and he was the one who killed my daughter. He stood beside me, watched my pain. He created that pain. This betrayal is indescribable." The trial began in February 2022. Derek Wells was charged with first-degree murder. DNA evidence, confession, everything was clear. The jury delivered its verdict, guilty. The judge announced the sentence. Life in prison, no parole. Derek Wells was 53. He would spend the rest of his life in prison. At the sentencing hearing, Sharon Anderson spoke. "My daughter was 16 years old. She was talented, beautiful, full of life. Derek Wells took her from me. But he didn't just take her. For 19 years he lied to me. He looked me in the face and said, 'I'm so sorry.' He held my hand. He wiped my tears. And all that time, he was my daughter's killer. This isn't just murder. This is prolonged, calculated torture." The judge spoke harshly. "Mr. Wells, you are the lowest kind of killer. You violated the trust your community placed in you in the worst possible way. In the park, you swore to protect. You killed an innocent woman. Then, for 19 years, you fed on her family's pain. Society must be protected from you forever." Derek bowed his head and said nothing. Eagle Creek Park changed after the incident. Derek Wells' name was erased from all honor lists. A permanent memorial was built for Kayla Anderson, a bronze plaque at the 3-mile marker. Kayla Marie Johnson, 1986 to 2002. Her life was stolen, but her memory will live forever. Be careful, even in places you trust. Sharon Anderson no longer comes to the memorial service. "I can't set foot in that park again," she said. "It's a graveyard to me now." The Indianapolis community learned a painful lesson. Sometimes the greatest danger is hidden in the person we trust. Uniforms, badges, awards can hide masks. True safety depends not just on appearances, but on vigilance. When Indiana's autumn leaves fall each year, Eagle Creek Park's trees rustle and that rustling whispers Kayla's story. The story of how trust can turn to betrayal, of evil hiding in plain sight, and of justice that finally comes. If this story moved you, please subscribe and hit the like button. Every subscription helps us continue investigating cold cases that families are still waiting to solve. Drop a comment telling us where you're watching from and which unsolved case you'd like us to cover.